Hi Leo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Welcome to your December 2016 general reading. A couple of things to tell you. The first thing is that you've got a love reading up. Now the love readings I've done in two halves. So we're looking at singles is in one video for your love readings, your 21 card Gypsy Love Spread. And also if you're in a couple, it's in another video. That should be sitting side by side. The other thing to say is now we have an inset box, so you can see what's going on with the cards and follow the reading that way. So I'm on screen as well as showing you shuffling the cards at the same time. And the other thing to say is your year ahead reading will be at the end of, coming out somewhere around the end of December time. So let's have a look, Leo, what's coming in for you. Sun, Moon and Rising signs in terms of your general reading in the month of December 2016. Universe, Spirit, show me Leo. What's coming in for Leo in terms of December 2016? Show me Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of December 2016. Show me Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of December 2016. Show me. Okay, so we have shuffled the cards, Leo. I'm going to split the deck into three, collect it back up, and I'm going to start laying the cards. You need to turn them upside down like this, so because the camera is recording from the other side. So this is your present situation. I can see what's going on though, so if I'm always looking at the monitor quite a bit through the reading, Leo, it's because I'm looking at the position of the cards. This is your present situation, this is your challenge, this is the foundation. So I will start with the foundation card in readings, because it shows the root of the issue, what the actual issue is that you're dealing with in the month of December 2016. This card for me here shows me what's the situation around the issue. It should show people that are involved in this issue here, or the situation around the issue. This card here is the best case scenario, or the most likely outcome concerning this issue here in the month of December 2016. So it should show sort of 2 weeks in the best case scenario, how things are shaping up. This shows the immediate future. This card here is, this position here is the you now. It's very, very important because it should show how you're approaching this situation here. So this will show the approach that you're taking to this situation here. This card here shows the influences that will be coming in, can show people, can show how you're approaching this situation in the immediate future. This will be your hopes or fears, and this shows what your hopes or fears will be pertaining to the immediate future and the influences coming in, and then eventually the overall outcome for the month of December 2016. And I'll pull clarifiers afterwards, okay? So, let's have a look what the issue is for Leo. That card keeps coming up for so many people, so many signs this Tower card is showing for in December. And, you know, the Tower is an interesting card, Leo, because it shows major shifts that are happening for some of the signs, I feel, at the end of the year. The Tower, you know, the Tarot is so ambiguous, it's unbelievable. There's so many meanings to the cards. You know, it can be male ejaculation, can be flying off the handle. If you get the Tower as a person, they've usually got quite a bad temper on them. This can show a move of home. It can show where you're revealing something, where you're opening up, where you're saying something to someone. It can show a fight. It shows all sorts of things. But the general ethos of this card, Leo, with the Tower is a major change or a major shift that's happening around you. And it can be an internal shift and it can be external. How are you approaching the situation? Well, the Lovers, there's possibly a choice that you're going to need to make. Let's just get back onto this. This is just come on. The Tower, sorry, the Lovers. So the Lovers is the you now. So for some of you guys, it might be a relationship that you're in. The Lovers means to be in love, so it can be something that you love very much. It might be that you're approaching this shift with love. You're approaching it in a sense of maybe you're happy about this Tower. The Tower is the major shift. How you're approaching is through the eyes of the Lovers. So treating something with care. But it can also mean perhaps you have a choice to make. So maybe this shift comes in and there's a big choice for you to make. Maybe you and someone else have to make a choice pertaining to this major shift that's happening in the month of December 2016. What's the Tower about? Well, the King of Swords. So it can mean that perhaps there's a major shift and it's concerning. Could be a major blowout, could be a major argument, could be a home move, but it's concerning a King of Swords, because King of Swords comes up afterwards. And I'll use this position here to tell me who's involved in this situation here. So the Tower shows up as the issue for some of you Leos in the month of December 2016, and it could be that there is a King of Swords, an air sign, potentially Gemini, Libra, Aquarius around you that's involved in this. And if this is a King of Swords, this can be somebody who's quite emotionally detached. So maybe if the Tower is somebody who's flown off the handle, somebody who's got something to say, we know that the King of Swords represents some form of communication. So could it be that the issue is something that's being revealed, an upheaval, something that comes out, something that's revealed, and it's via some form of communication with that King of Swords energy? What's the challenge for you guys in the month of December 2016? Well, death. And death represents changes. So your challenge might be some major changes that you're having to endure and that you're having to accept happening. I never really read death in terms of physical death. I read this in terms of, can be, but I read this in terms of a huge transition. And maybe a challenge is a transition. Maybe this issue is, it could be a breakup concerning a King of Swords. And maybe the challenge is facing that change, facing that transformation, facing the ending of something here. And where does that leave you in the present situation? Well, the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands means freedom. So some of you guys, you might be left as being free. Page of Wands often means to seek new adventures. Page of Wands is often a thrill seeker. And somebody who is, when you get Page of Wands, it's about starting a new process. If it's not about communication or about receiving news, then this card can be about setting off on a new adventure in terms of maybe a new creative process, a new job, possibly even a new relationship, that type of thing. And what's the best case scenario or the most likely outcome concerning this? Well, it shows Nine of Swords, there's going to be some worry. And it's funny because I'm sure that this kind of came up for Scorpio or one of the other signs, this sort of combination, the Tower here being the issue that you're dealing with in December. And it's leading to the best case scenario or the most likely outcome is going to be some worry. Because I feel that this Tower here is either a major shift or it's a revelation some of you guys are going to be experiencing. It's concerning some big communication that might come to you via that King of Swords, or it might be a particular person here. And it seems that your challenge might be a change, having to endure a change, having to go through some form of transformation within your life, Leo. And it leaves you at the present being the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands can be communication as well. But it can also be, I feel because we've got communication cards, possibly with that Tower and the King of Swords, it might be that this leaves the challenge being at some form of transitional period that some of you guys are going through, Leo. And therefore the Page of Wands might be that you're left to start developing something new in the month of December 2016. And it might be that causing you a little bit of worry here with this Nine of Swords. What's happening in the immediate future? Well, the Two of Wands is an interesting card because this means, and it's interesting that this should follow the Page of Wands. Pages come after the pips, okay? But, you know, with the Tarot, you've got to try and read the trail of the reading. So read, you know, I generally go from here to here, here to here, and then here to here and here, and then what follows afterwards. So the pages for me represent development. So it's a developing situation. Page of Cups, developing love. Page of Pentacles, a start-up business, for example. Page of Swords, new ideas. They always represent something new, okay? And then Page of Wands, possibly a new career path or a new creative process, or you know, or a development of an idea, again, because wands represent ideas as well as growth. So this can also be growth, developing growth. This to me can be becoming stronger as well, leaving you at a point where you're going to need to be a bit stronger and need to develop a sense of growing up, as it were, because pages have to grow. They start as children, but then they have to develop something. So you're at a developmental stage here as a result of all of this, I feel. And therefore it leaves you in the immediate future, perhaps could be at a crossroads, Two of Wands. With these cards, as I always say now with the face cards, that you look at where is the hand pointing? Well, this person has one hand on to the left. So they're holding a staff to the left and they're holding a globe in the right, which means to me they're taking all of their skills, everything that they've learned, and they're taking it out into the world because they're looking to develop something from their past talents. So it might be that you're at a point, you're at a crossroads in your life where you're having to take everything that you know from a situation and take it forward into the future. This card for me, the Two of Wands, because it's a number 2, it's the early stages. So it might be the early stages of a particular developmental phase some of you guys might be going through in the month of December. And how does this pan out? What's the influences that are coming in as a result of that Two of Wands? Well, it's brilliant because it shows a new opportunity or a new path. When you get the Fool, this can be a card. If you look at this Fool, his head is up to the sky. So he's looking at the universe, really, the Fool is. And he's looking for inspiration. So I feel that whatever this start of some form of developmental phase you guys are going through with this Two of Wands, I feel that the influences will be the Fool. Well, you'll actually take your confidence and move in some form of a direction here with this Fool card. And what will be your hopes or fears pertaining to the Two of Wands and the Fool as an influence coming in? Well, you'll be hoping for initial success because the Four of Wands represents initial success. If you think about the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is the initial steps that you're taking towards that. Three of Wands shows that you've completed a certain stage and you're waiting now for all of your endeavours and your hard work to actually really be repaid to you. Once it's repaid, you get the Four of Wands, where it shows that things have been completed. There's an initial stage that's been completed and it's been quite successful. And the outcome shows as the Devil. And that's an interesting card to show as a result of this and this. Because the Devil card is a card about entrapment. And it's also a card about letting your fears take over. So I'm just going to have a little think why we've got this card here, the Devil, as the outcome as a result of clearly two very good cards. Two of Wands, Crossroads, the Fool. It looks like you make a decision. Influences coming in are the Fool as the result of initial stage. An initial step that you take forward shows the Fool as the result of that. And then the Devil. So I don't know whether you take a wrong turning in something here that you're doing in December, because it leads up to the Devil. The Fool can also be to take a wrong turn, to actually take a leap of faith, but it leads to the Devil. And this can be kind of from the frying pan into the fire, if that makes any sense. We're going to see if we can open up this reading a little bit more. Let's see why you've got the Tower as the influence for the month, as the issue for the month. Well, it's around the Hierophant, and that's interesting. So now, you know, you can see how readings change when you get them with certain cards. If you've got for me, if I'd seen the Tower and maybe the Five of Swords, it could maybe be a blow-up because of jealousy. So some form of, something that kind of reaches its peak in terms of an argument. But we've not got an argumentative card here. We've got a Hierophant, and the Hierophant ordains. The Hierophant represents societies and organisations. But also the Hierophant represents the conventionality of life. Okay, so I feel that the Hierophant is, you know, you've got this Tower here and the Hierophant. But I'm asking why we've got the Tower, and it's showing me because of the Hierophant. So I feel that there is a need to be free from some sort of convention here with the Hierophant card. So for some of you guys, it might be a conventional relationship that you're in. And with the Tower card, it's the needing. The Hierophant is often a card of committed values. But the Tower represents a breakup of those committed values. So maybe there's something in terms of what you're committed to, or some sort of form of a blow-up of beliefs. So the Hierophant represents to believe in a certain, excuse me, in a certain system or a certain guidance system. But the Tower kind of dispels that. So I almost feel that with this Tower card and that Hierophant, there is a dispelling of some form of belief as being the foundation. So it's almost like with the Death card being your challenge, it's changing some form of values that some of you guys have, because the Hierophant represents conventional values that you might have. But the Tower completely blows that apart. So I feel that something with the Hierophant that you have believed in, there is a complete dispelling of either a certain ideology that you were holding on to, or maybe a set of beliefs. And you're coming to this, you're approaching it through the eyes of the Lovers, which is a choice that you need to make. So you need to make a choice because the issue is this. So why have we got the Lovers as being Leo? Why are the Aries approaching this situation through the Lovers? Because of the Knight of Swords. And that's interesting, because the Knight of Swords shows swift changes. It can show a bully boy, but it's funny because the Lovers and the Knight of Swords both represent Gemini energies. And I'm just wondering if there is anybody who is a Gemini that's involved in this. But also, Gemini for me can represent kind of the yin and yang. Sometimes you see, I mean, it's probably not a correct thought to have for Geminis, where Geminis are considered to be two-faced. So 1 minute they'll be one way and 1 minute they'll be the other. Probably the wrong thing for me to say, really, and the wrong kind of dispensation of what a Gemini is. But I feel that also with the Knight of Swords can be a card about which energy do you more resonate with. Do you resonate with your angry side, or do you resonate with your positive side? So the Knight of Swords can be a very good energy if you are goal orientated, and if you are in charge, and if you are wanting to reach a goal and you're wanting to achieve some form of success. This is a brilliant card to have, because it says that you're going to allow your courage to be the driving force. The Knight of Swords is a fearless card. It's a card of being fearless, and it's a card of charging for what you want. But we've got the Lovers card here as well, which can represent decision. So I feel that, you know, there is some form of a breakup in terms of, it could be a relationship maybe with that Hierophant, but it could also be in terms of a certain set of beliefs that some of you guys might hold. And it seems to be some form of breakup off a belief, I feel, with those two cards here. And you're approaching it through the eyes of the Lovers because of the Knight of Swords. I feel that there's a decision some of you guys need to make, because there's been a swift change in terms of circumstances, or a swift change in terms of how you're approaching a situation here. Because there has been a breakup of something that you have believed in for quite some time, I feel, Leo. And now there is some form of a change happening here. There's a choice, a big choice with that Lovers, that needs to be... you know, it's interesting because the Lovers can also mean a partnership. So some of you guys might be in a partnership here with the Lovers. You might be in love with someone. Okay, so the external factors show the Lovers. It could be a relationship, perhaps, for some of you Leos, okay? But it's because of the Knight of Swords. So maybe this relationship is very fleeting. Maybe you're not getting the type of commitment that you want within that relationship. And therefore the issue is perhaps the breakdown within this commitment, or the breakdown in terms of the beliefs that you held dear. Hierophant, you get things like the Hierophant and the Lovers, Hierophant and Two of Cups, Hierophant and Ten of Pentacles. It's about a traditional relationship. So to me, there seems to be some breakdown in terms of what you believed, or what you held so dear to be a conventional idea or a conventional ideology that you had pertaining to some form of a relationship here. And you're approaching this through the eyes of the Lovers. Maybe that you believe that the person that you're in love with, the relationship that you're in love with the Knight of Swords is very fleeting. So maybe this is why there has been a change of ideology in terms of that Tower and the Hierophant. It seems to be concerning the King of Swords, but why is the King of Swords concerning this situation? Why is the King of Swords concerning this situation for Leos? Well, there's two kings showing here. Alright, so it could be that there are two people around you. It seems to be with the Tower card, there is a break with tradition, with the Hierophant card, in which it involves the Lovers. So the Lovers is how you're approaching this, perhaps through making a choice, because of the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords could be that you've had something that's quickly come in, or it could be that there has been some form of a change of mind, maybe with this Knight of Swords. And it seems to be that this break with tradition, or break with conventionality, is concerning two kings. Two people, King of Swords and a King of Pentacles. So maybe some of you guys have a choice to make between two people here. One of them, the King of Swords, you were perhaps committed to. The other one may have come in like a flash, a bolt out of the blue. Maybe that's what's alluding to this Knight of Swords energy. And why is your challenge death? Why is your challenge death? Because of the Seven of Wands. I feel that some of you guys are still trying to hold on to a relationship here with the Seven of Wands energy. And that's why your challenge is death. Maybe ending a relationship with one party and going with another. Because the Tower and the Hierophant are two very strong major arcanas. And when you get the Hierophant, this is something that's been ordained by God. It's something that has been ordained by the church. It's a card of convention. It's a card about sticking to a certain type of belief. And there is a break within a belief here, or a break within a convention, or something that's quite traditional. And how you're approaching it is through the Lovers, because of the Knight of Swords. For some of you guys, it might be you're approaching this through sticking with what you have with that Lovers card, because you're in love with this person, because you're in union, you're in partnership. Through the Knight of Swords, it might be restlessness. It could even be anger in terms of this situation here, because your challenge is ending something with the Death card. And that's because I feel with the Seven of Wands, potentially you're still trying to hold on to it. This situation seems to be pertaining to two kings, two people here that are very intrinsic here. So why does this lead us to the Page of Wands? Why does the challenge lead us to the Page of Wands in the present for Leos? Because of strength. So that's interesting that the Page of Wands shows in the present. Because as I say, this can be a card of receiving messages, but I don't think it's that. The Page of Wands is the card of taking a risk. So some of you guys might be looking to take a risk on a particular person, and that's because with the Strength card, it could be some of you guys are really in lust with someone. You really feel an affinity, and it might be with a earth sign individual, the King of Pentacles, that you feel this lust. Okay, male or female. It might be that you are looking to seek a new adventure because of lust. Strength, the other word for strength is lust in the tarot. So it might be that you feel really lusty for another individual here, and you're wanting to take that risk, which is why there is a break within the tradition, within a relationship that may have been built up over time. Why is the best case scenario for Leos the Nine of Swords? Why is the best case for Leos the Nine of Swords? Because of the Knight of Pentacles, and it might be because you're still loyal to an individual here. The Knight of Pentacles means to be loyal, and it means to I'm not going anywhere. And it's a card that says, you know, I'm standing my ground. I still am holding on to this individual. So some of you guys, it might be that you're worried because you're still loyal, potentially to this King of Swords individual here. So we're going to have a look at why the immediate future shows the Two of Wands. Why does the immediate future show the Two of Wands for Leos? Because of the Ace of Wands. I feel that you guys will be looking, you're at a crossroads with that Two of Wands, but the Two of Wands means to start on a new journey. It means the initial progress that you make on a new path. Okay, so you're taking everything that you've learned from the past, everything that you've gained, your home, your hearth, everything, and you're taking it in a new direction. Okay, remember the one hand to the left represents the past, one hand in the past. But the globe is bigger than the one. This is the world. This person has the world in its hand. It's looking at the world. Look at where his head is facing. It's facing the world. So it's taking everything from the past, everything that it's gained, all its knowledge, and it's taking it into the future there. So I feel that you're looking to move forward. Some of you guys over the Christmas period possibly looking to move forward in a new direction with somebody else potentially. And that's because of the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is, again, is a card of a great lust for another individual. It's the start of a new relationship as well when you get that Ace of Wands. So it might be I'm actually looking to move forward because of this new relationship with the Ace of Wands. And therefore you have the Fool. And we'll want to see why the Fool is coming in as an influence as a result of that Two of Wands. Because of the Six of Wands. So I feel that you take a chance because you feel it's going to lead to some form of victory here with the Six of Wands. But I don't know whether this is being completely thought through. Because the Fool can mean, okay, well, I'm just going to take a leap of faith on that. Because I feel that, in a way, some of you guys want to stay in a relationship. It wasn't meant to be a relationship reading because you've already got your love reading here. But I just get the feeling that some of you guys want to stay in some form of a relationship here with someone. But you're afraid to... You want to go with somebody else or something else. And what's making you fear is that you have built up a level of comfort with this Knight of Pentacles energy here. You know? But I feel that there's a sense that you can't resist something here for some of you Leos in the month of December 2016. So what's coming in as a result of perhaps being in, you know, between a rock and a hard place, perhaps being at a crossroads here. So some of you guys could be at a crossroads here because of the Ace of Wands. And that's the new relationship, or the lust you feel, or the excitement that you feel around someone. Ace of Wands can also mean to feel incredibly excited, or excited at a new potential. And therefore, it could be the influences coming in that you'll decide with this Fool energy, well, I'll take this opportunity. Oh, to hell with it. You only live once. I'll take the opportunity, because it could very well lead to some victory here with the Six of Wands. And your hopes will be the Four of Wands. And why your hopes the Four of Wands? Because of the Six of Pentacles. Well, you'll be hoping for initial success with that Four of Wands. Possibly a move. Possibly the initial success of the relationship, the Four of Wands. Because maybe you're hoping that you've made the right choice. The Six of Pentacles can be a card of the right choice, because this person chooses one person over the other. But I want to see why the outcome leads to the Devil. Why does the outcome lead to the Devil? Why does the outcome lead to the Devil for Leos? Because of the Empress. And this can say that this is just purely a superficial sexual relationship. The Empress is a card about attractivity, but it's also a card about the superficial, because this person is really good looking, they're beautiful, they're well dressed. It's ruled by Venus, the planet of love and attraction. So sometimes when you get this Empress card, it means to be sexually attracted to another, and especially with that Devil. It's like sexual attraction. The Devil is an attraction card, and the Devil for me can say you're jumping from the frying pan out of the frying pan into the fire with the Devil, because this is a superficial attraction with the Empress. We don't have a nice card with this Empress. We've got a Devil card, and the Devil can as much talk about superficial attractions as the Empress can. So I just feel for some of you guys, you are in the month of December, you're going to have a couple of choices that you need to make. You're going to go for, some of you might go for one choice, but it won't necessarily be the best choice. It won't necessarily be the best choice. Okay? I don't like devils in outcomes. Especially if you're not a Capricorn. I don't like a devil card in an outcome. Because it suggests to me some form of bondage. Okay? Because it means, and also the Fool before that says, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to take a leap of faith, see where it takes me, and then in the outcome it shows the Devil because of the Empress. It shows to me you're almost seduced by beauty, or seduced by something that quite superficial with that Empress. Often when you get the Devil and the Empress, it means that you can be seduced by somebody's beauty or their looks, the external rather than the internal. You seem to have something internal going on with this King of Swords. But I know this King of Pentacles very well, and this can be a very debonair individual, but he's all looks. A lot of the King of Pentacles, a lot of people read the King of Pentacles as being a really, you know, firm, grounded, committed individual. Not all the time. This person looks at the exterior of stuff, and they look at the outer layer. So this King of Pentacles, he's not just about being materially comfortable. This King of Pentacles can actually represent someone who is tall, dark, handsome, female or male, doesn't matter, but somebody who is very, very corrupted by earthly matters. So that's things like sex, wine, rich foods, fast cars, that type of thing, clothing, everything, that type of thing. So this sometimes can be a bit of an asshole as an individual. And I feel that some of you guys are kind of like seduced by a particular person, which is why you'd be willing to leave something behind for it. Let's just go through the reading quickly again, Leos, for the month of December 2016. So I feel here, and this is actually you, funnily enough. So you're Leo the Lion, funnily enough, on here. And I feel that somebody kind of has seduced you here in the present situation. So the Page of Wands for me in the present could suggest that you're wanting to take a risk, because I feel that you've been seduced by another individual here, because you're the Lion on the card. The Lion represents a Leo energy, and this is you being seduced. You're the Lion, you're being seduced by another individual. You're being seduced by strength. Somebody has some form of a hold over you, and I feel that it's a very, very strong one for some of you guys. So let's go back to the beginning, and then we'll finish off this reading. I feel that there is a break with some form of tradition here, being the basis, the root issue for the month of December 2016. It might be within a relationship, because in the you now position, the Lovers. So this position here should show how you're approaching this position here. Well, you're approaching it via the Lovers. So this is a relationship here. And it could be one that you've become quite restless in, which is why the issue is that you want to break from tradition with that Hierophant card, break from this relationship, this commitment with the Hierophant. Because I feel that the Lovers could mean also a three-way relationship temptation. So for some of you guys, you might be tempted, a great attraction maybe with another individual, and it could be a Knight of Swords potentially, but it's showing as a King of Pentacles here. Okay, so this could be somebody who's quite swift, quite debonair. You know, when you get a Knight of Swords, this is somebody who is very... they know how to charm someone, but they're not in it for the long haul, a Knight of Swords. This can be that, you know, maybe the external situation is that you're in a relationship or you've been kind of swept off your feet. When you get the Knight of Swords with the Lovers or the Two of Pentacles with Cups, it shows a relationship that will come and go very, very fast. So I feel that maybe some of you guys might be in a relationship here, and it could be with the Knight of Swords. There's a little bit of restlessness with that, or it could be that you're in a relationship, but this Knight of Swords, if you look at the Knight of Swords and how he's charging towards the Lovers, he's charging to break this up. So it could be that the situation, in terms of the you now, you're in a relationship and there's somebody who's coming in to break this partnership up. And that's why you're looking at the breakup of a partnership, the breakup of a long-standing relationship, maybe with that Hierophant card here. It's concerning two kings, so one of them you might be involved with, this King of Swords showed first, but this King of Pentacles might be the person who's trying to break this thing up here. And therefore your challenge becomes an ending. Because I feel that you're trying to hold on to something here, and this is you because you won. So I feel that you're trying to hold on, you're trying to protect your relationship, but it's almost like you're afraid of giving in to somebody else. And how is this impacting you? Well, it's the Page of Wands. It shows a lot of excitement at the same time. The tarot is very nuanced as well. So it explains how, you know, not everybody who is in a relationship with someone and then they meet someone else, Leo, will say, oh, well, I'm just going to go for that one. I'm just going to go for this other person straight away. It's not like that in life. Sometimes you'll be in a relationship and it's comfortable, but it's the idea of this other person that fills you with all of the passion and the rage and this, that and the other. And I feel that with the Page of Wands, it excites you, the potential to develop something with this other person, because it's exciting. So I think in the present, this is why you're kind of a little bit of a thrill seeker with that Page of Wands, because perhaps this person here who is Strength, who is the King of Pentacles, is seducing you, the Lion, Leo. I feel that some of you guys are being seduced by somebody else, even though you might be in a relationship. And therefore, the best case scenario, or the most likely outcome in the first 2 weeks, might be that you're worried. And that's because of the Knight of Pentacles. You're still committed to your relationship here, but you've got someone, I feel, that's come in here that's providing a little bit of a thrill for some of you guys here. And this could either be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is Gemini, though, the Knight of Swords. Or it could be a Taurus individual, Capricorn, Virgo, potentially. It doesn't have to be, though. But this person seems to have a hold over some of you guys. And it's almost like it's the thrill of it that, you know, that makes you feel orgasmic about the whole thing. Therefore, in the immediate future, you'll be at a little bit of a crossroads, because I feel that this person really excites you. They've got a very strong hold over you passionately with this Ace of Wands energy. Coming in the Fool, you might look at taking a wrong turning with this card here, the Fool. Going with your passions. The trouble with the Fool is he doesn't really think things through. He just takes a leap of faith because it might be a good idea, because it might involve a conquest with the Six of Swords, Six of Wands there. Six of Wands can mean a conquest. So it could mean maybe you look to do something here with the Fool card. Take a wrong turn and go with your passions. Go with your bliss. Follow your bliss and not really think about the consequences, because maybe it will lead to some form of a conquest with that Six of Wands. You will be hoping. I feel that this is a hope. And it could be with the Four of Wands, initial success through that Six of Pentacles energy. Perhaps this person giving you attention, perhaps you making the right choice and giving this person attention, but it leads to the Devil energy, and the Devil is never very good, because it shows some form of bondage or some form of, how can I explain, jumping from the frying pan into the fire. But also, what's interesting about these two cards is, for me, that the Devil can mean that you are held hostage by somebody else's beauty or by somebody else's allurement. So if we looked at keywords for the devil, being held hostage, you're held hostage by a devil, and especially if this King of Pentacles is a Capricorn, you're fucked, because the Capricorn is the devil. So it could be that you're being held hostage by somebody's beauty, by the attraction, being held hostage by this attraction with that Empress card. The Empress represents being attracted a lot of the times by superficial beauty, or what somebody stands for, or their charisma, or something like that. So I feel that really what this is saying is that, you know, it's not saying you're going to break up with your relationship, but I do feel that there is a threat, because the Knight of Swords can mean a threat. So for some of you guys in the you now position, it might be that your relationship is being threatened by that Knight of Swords energy, which is why you're looking at a break with tradition, with your relationship, with your, not break out and out break, but it could be a break with your vows, or breaking the Tower break, the Hierophant vows, breaking your vows, because this Knight of Swords is threatening your relationship. Therefore, the issue is a break with vows here. Concerns two kings, two people, one that you're committed to, one that has some form of allurement to you, the King of Pentacles. Your challenge is ending your relationship because of the Seven of Wands. You're still quite devoted to it, really. You're holding on. So therefore, in the centre of the reading, it becomes that you're quite excited. You enjoy the thrill of this relationship because they're showing you some attention. They're seducing you. This person here is seducing you, Leo. But you're worried because you're committed to the relationship that you're in with the Knight of Pentacles energy. So therefore, in the immediate future, you're at a bit of a crossroads because of this new exciting relationship, or this new exciting sexual feeling, whatever you want to call it, that's coming in. There's a real thrill going on for you, I feel, for some of you guys with another individual here. You might be looking to throw caution to the wind because you want to make some form of a conquest with that Six of Wands energy. And you might be hoping with the Four of Wands for some initial success with this individual. Perhaps if you pay him or her your attention. But at the end of the day, really what it's saying is if you give in to this individual in some way, shape or form, you'll simply be a hostage to a purely superficial relationship, I believe, with that Empress card. So really the reading is saying, in a way, if any of this resonates with you, possibly for some of you guys, it's best to stay with what you know, because the relationship that you're looking at, or the person that has got you, or that the person that is making you feel like this, isn't really worth it. They're just in it for the thrill, and they like the control that they've got over you. And you're the one that's really getting your knickers in a twist, or your pants in a twist, or your boxes in a twist over someone that possibly at the end of the day isn't really going to give you what you truly need. Let's have a look at what the angel reading is saying for the month of December 2016. So Universe Spirit showing, what is the advice that you have for Leos? What is the advice that you have for Leos in the month of December 2016? What is the advice, show me? Not the right time. I think this showed up for somebody else as well. So it's showing not the right time. Why is it not the right time? Let's have a look. This is not the right time presently for what you're inquiring about. The answer is not a no, just a not yet. Have patience. Your angels will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. So I feel that what the angels are really saying, Leo, is that, you know, if you're unhappy in your relationship, maybe it's not the right time to leave it just yet for a little bit of a fly-by-night thing, okay? It's not the right time to go jeopardising anything over the Christmas period within your relationships, and to stay with what you know, what you have at the moment, because I feel that for some, looking at the reading, that for some of you guys it looks like you're seeking something outside of yourself, okay? Because maybe there are intrinsically negative issues going on within your relationship that you don't really know how to deal with, and there might be someone that comes along that gives you that attention or that interest there that takes your mind off what's really going on at the root cause of your relationship. So I feel for some of you guys, it might be a case of that you're going to need to kind of just take a little bit of a step back and not get too over and enamored by someone that comes in and pays you all of the right attention and says all the right things, because they might not be in it for the long haul and it could see you losing at the end of the day. So I feel over the Christmas period, Leo, it's best really just to stay with what you know at the moment, weather the storm, and just to see how things go. But I feel that it's not worth kind of breaking things up or messing about or anything like that with anyone else that's only there just for a short time, because they're seeking a thrill and because you're seeking a bit of a thrill at the same time. Okay, Leo, that is your reading for the month of December 2016. I would like to say thank you so much for joining me. Head on over to your love reading if you're a couple, and if you're a single, there's another one there for you as well. Remember, those love readings might say something entirely different because they are focused on love. I didn't intend this to be love, but we had some significant cards that was talking about passion. A lot of passion showing out to me here. Okay, so, you know, this can relate to anything. It doesn't have to be love at all. And I don't really want to keep reading about love, but sometimes things, you know, things like strength, it's about sex and passion and lust and all those stuff. And Ace of Wands is another lusty card. And, you know, cards like the Lovers and commitment and all of these types of things. So it's an interesting thing here. All right. And just see how you go. But it's a very interesting reading for the month of December. And let me know if any of this resonates with you. I'm always interested to see your comments. Thank you for your time, Leo. Take care.